So now welcome to the Kente Weaving Center in Bonwire, in the Asante region of Ghana. So when it comes to Kente, Kente has been in existence for about 400 years now.
400 years?
Yeah, now it started by two men in this village. Yeah, they saw a spider weaving its web from the village, like from the farm. So like those two people were mainly they were farmers. So one day they went to farm and they saw a spider weaving its web. So through the process of the weaving, they came out with the Kente cloth. So when it comes to Kente, we have three types of Kente, right? We have a single weaving, a double weaving, and a triple weaving. So what this man here is doing is a typical example of a single weaving. When it comes to the single weaving, the single weaving is a plain weave, right?
Just one color.
It's one color. Yeah, it hasn't got any design in it. It can have about 3 or more colors, but it's a plain weave because it hasn't got any design in it. Now when you take a design, this part that you see here is a design. So here is a design.
This is still single weave though?
No, this is not a single weave.
Okay.
But I'm trying to explain how the design is. Here is the main cloth of the whole piece.
Yes.
Now here's the background of the main piece.
Okay.
So the red here is the background, how this man is doing. But when it comes to the middle here, you are not going to see this part here. You are not going to see this part in the middle of the cloth. So meaning what this man here is doing is a typical example of a plain weave, And for someone to know how the plain weave is, when you feel it, okay, it's a little bit lighter as compared to the single and the double. So this part here is a single weave.
It feels like linen.
It feels like linen. You see, the single part is very smooth in everything. And when the weaver when the weaver is doing the single weaving, it goes faster. So when I'm doing the double weaving and a weaver is doing the single weaving, the single weaving goes faster and everything. It takes less time in doing it. So if I'm going to spend about 2 months in doing the double weaving, the single weaving will take about 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you talking about for if you're doing a large piece?
A large piece. Yeah, the single weaving it goes faster and everything. So from the single weaving we come back to the double weaving. So this part right here. So this one is a double weaving here. Now for the double weaving, you can see the background here. But when you come to the middle of the cloth, you are still going to meet the background inside the cloth. So here is a triple weaving, you see here. But this part is a single weaving.
Yeah.
So the double weaving is a combination of a single and a double.
Wow.
So this part that you see here is a little bit lighter as compared to this part.
It's a little thicker.
So when a weaver is doing the single weaving and I'm doing the double weaving, the double weaving is going to take more time as compared to the single weaving. So from then we go back, we move to the triple weaving. So the triple weaving is the most complicated of all the cloths that you see. So this one here is a typical example of a triple weaving. So when it comes to the triple weaving, here is the main cloth, or here is the background of the main piece. The red part here is the background. So you can feel it, it's lighter.
Wow, that's really light.
This one is a single weaving. So this is the starting point of the main piece. So when it comes to the middle, the weaver use different design. So here is blue and here is a purple. So all these that you see here is just a design. So the background here has been covered with so many types of yarns. So when you're doing this, it takes a longer time. So when it comes to the middle here is blue, yellow, purple, white, and red. So it takes a longer time. So what this man here is doing, we have the man here doing one of the triple. So you can walk down there and see how it is. Okay. And I hear some people talk about
That's the same.
Yeah, no swear.
What this man here is doing?
The higher part.
Yeah, it's a typical example of the single weaving. So you see, So it's a little bit like faster. But this man here is doing
Oh,
triple weaving. So you see how it,
wow.
so you see how it is. It goes, you know, it is in a gradual process. So you see how it is. So all that is doing is just a design. So it takes a longer time. So for this man,
So he's doing like the hand, he's weaving it that in by hand.
by hand, you know, everything here is done by hand. It's done manually. Like we don't have a machine in weaving. Yeah, when it comes to this one, like everything here is done manually. It's by hand. Like we doesn't use a machine. So what this man here is doing is a typical example of a triple weaving. So it's going to take him for about, you know, a year to complete the whole piece.
A year?
Yeah.
A year?
A year. Yeah, to
A
complete
year?
the- Yeah. 1 year. 1 year.
And is this does someone order
Yes.
this already?
Yes, like this cloth here is for a chief, you know. So the chief is going to use it for a special occasion. So this man has been ordered to complete the whole piece. So he's the one doing it. And one thing about like Kente cloth is when it is being like divided for so many like people to do, you know, like it's something like the hand is going to change, like the weaving is going to change because your style of like weaving is quite like different from my style of weaving. So if like this man wants to divide the main piece among so many like people after the weaving, like they'll see, I mean, like you're going to see some differences. So for you to get a perfect work, yeah, this man has to complete the whole piece.
Himself. Wow.
So you know it's going to take him a year, about 12 months, to complete the whole piece.
So will he work on this piece solely every day, or does he work on this piece and then come back, like, you know, work on it for maybe like 3 hours today, work on something else?
You have to start in the morning. So like before you start, like you have to go and have your breakfast. So like when it's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, like you have to go and eat again and come back. So it's like a break.
Wow.
So after the 12 o'clock, like you have to start again and close around 6
I work
o'clock,
11 hours
6
a day.
o'clock in the evening. So that's what he's doing, and everything is done manual. It's by hand. It's not by machine. So you know, whenever like you are buying a cloth, okay, like a Kente cloth, you must know the kind of cloth that you are buying. The price of a single weaving, a double weaving, and a triple weaving is differs.
All different.
Yeah, because the triple weaving is the most complicated and the price is quite expensive as compared to the single and the double. So whenever you are buying a Kente cloth, you must know the type of cloth that you are buying. The red, gold, green here is the background of the main cloth. But when you come here, you know, it has been covered. You see?
Yes.
See?
They're adding in the extra.
All here has been what? Covered. All these parts have been like covered by the design. So it takes a longer time in doing this. And because, you know, it's for a chief, he has to take his time and come out with a neat work. Perfect. So that's what he's doing. And this man here is one of the, you know, is one of the prominent weavers in this town.
Wow, what's your
Very
name?
good. He's called Mr. Lawson.
Lawson?
Yeah, Lawson.
Mr. Lawson.
Lawson.
He's one of the prominent.
This is beautiful, bro.
Yeah. So that's what he's doing. You know? Yeah, and this piece is for a particular chief in the locality. So that's what he's doing. So this one is a typical example of a triple weaving. And you see,
And this one is the most expensive glove. Yes.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most
So that means you're getting good money for this work.
so you see that like you have to start from the yellow, blue, white, yellow, white, red, and yellow. So you know it takes a longer time. So it's like about 5 threads. Like using about 5 threads at the same time.
7.
Yeah, 7 threads at the same time. So you see, so it's a gradual process, and you know it needs
And
a little bit of
have
thinking.
different designs here.
So you
Yes.
so you see,
That's
part here is
absolutely
quite
amazing.
different. Yeah. So it's like a machine, or it's like a computer work, but everything is done manual, and it needs like somebody with a high, you know, yeah, because you know, like if you are not careful, like you're going to make a mistake. So you know, it needs a little bit of attention. So all these that you see here are typical example of a Kente cloth, and like you have those for men. Yeah,
This is my favorite one. I love this. Good. I love that one.
And like this one has got the
It's
traditional-
embroidered.
embroidered, yeah. Like the background is a Kente and it has been embroidered by
Embroidered.
yeah. So all these that you see here is for men. Like when you are an Asante man and like you are going for a program, like you need to wrap it like
Yes.
a cane.
Yes.
So all
That's a
these
funeral piece.
Exactly, a funeral piece. The black and the red is used mainly for funerals.
Yes.
Yeah, but the yellow ones, the colorful ones, are used for special occasions like wedding, naming ceremony, and a whole lot of stuff. So all these that we see here are Kente cloth. And you see, before you come out with the Kente, like you need to make it in stripes like this, as I've already explained. So after we finish, we join them by hand. In the olden days, like we're using like the hand, in joining all the pieces. Like for now, like we are trying to like come out with a machine, so
It goes faster.
Exactly. So after the whole thing, like we send them, like we join them by machine.
Wow, this is
So that's what it
gorgeous.
is. Yeah, and like this particular piece was given to the first president of Ghana,
Kwame Nkrumah.
So
So this is a design that you always have.
exactly.
So all of these are designs that
See,
someone
all
can come
these
in and
are
say,
good
I
at
want this.
Yeah, all these have got a special names. So like this one is Fatia Nkrumah, meaning the wife of Nkrumah befits Nkrumah.
Wow.
Fatia was the name of the first president of Ghana. That's Kwame Nkrumah. So Fatia befits Nkrumah. So it was the named
That's just like Ashanti name.
and Asante name. Yeah. So all these has got a special meaning. And like this one that you see here,
The Adinkra,
Adinkra symbol.
Sankofa.
Sankofa, Jinyame, a whole lot of stuff. So the background here is a Kente cloth. After we finish, we stamp it.
Ah, that's a stamp.
It's a stamp.
Okay.
It's a stamp. Yeah, it's a stamp. So like the background that we see here is a Kente cloth. So after we finish, we stamp it. Yeah. So that's how it is. So that's how it is.
How do you clean this?
It's like a dry clean. Yeah, when it goes, it's like send it by a laundry and like they do the dry clean for you. Yeah, but here after like use it, like you can just like hang it in the morning and like the dew will
In the
fall
sun.
in the sun. So like for some time, like we just like fold it and
Okay.
like send it back. So that's something small like Kente cloth.
This is
Yeah. And like this one here is a typical example of the triple weaving that I was talking of. You see here, this is the background of the piece. But when you come to the middle, like you are not going to see this part again. So all these that you see here is a triple weaving. It's a triple weaving. It's a typical example of the triple weaving. Yeah. So that's how it is. So like whenever you are buying a Kente cloth, you must know the kind of cloth that you are buying. Don't just buy anything. You can ask the weaver, what kind of piece is this? Is it a single weaving, a triple weaving, or a double weaving? And if like the weaver is very good, like he'll be, like the person will be able to explain to you, this piece that you are buying is a single weaving, a double weaving, or a triple weaving. So don't just buy a Kente cloth. Like when you are buying a Kente, you must get some knowledge about the kind of product that you are buying. Yeah. So here is the main, like Kente cloth is the main operation of the Kente here.
Is this facility, is this the main place? Is this the main Kente Center? Or are there
Yeah.
many?
Here is the main Kente weaving center. Yeah, when you come here, but like when you go to like people's houses, like you can see about 2 or 3 people like weaving in their own houses. But here is the main Kente weaving center. So here like we have about more than like 50 people over here.
So I see all of these wonderful pieces on the wall.
Yeah.
All of these wonderful Kente pieces. Can you tell me about what we have hanging here? They look like smocks from Bogatanga, but they look a little bit different. Can you tell me about them?
Like when you go like to the northern part of Ghana, like that's where like you can find Bogatanga. They too have got their type of weaving, but yes, it's just a single weave. Like just hasn't got any design in it. So this one is a typical example of those in the north. It hasn't got any design in it. So they cannot do ours, but we can do theirs and do even more. Yeah, because if you go like to the north, you're not going to see something like this.
No.
But we can do theirs and even improve it. So when you go like to the north, they have got a plain weave, like just a plain weave. Yeah, they haven't got any design in it. So like this one here is just a typical example of theirs. Yeah, but this one was weaving here. Wow. It was done right here. Everything that you see here is done here. Everything that you see like hanging on the wall is done here. So here is the main producing like center when it comes to Kente weaving.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So all that you see here is done here. So nothing is being imported. Everything is done mainly here, and everything is done by hand. So like you can see all the weavers like doing their own thing. So everything is done by hand over here. No machine, nothing. Everything is done
Even
by
the embroidery that's done by hand
everything
also?
is done. No, that one is done by machine.
Okay, I was like, wow, that's
That one is done
crazy.
by machine. Yeah.
And here's our friend.
Yeah, and here's our pens. Yeah, as I said, like this one here is a typical example of the plain weave. So everything goes like faster and everything. It's very fast.
He's really fast.
Yeah, he's really fast. So that's what he's doing. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. So like when it comes to like Kente club, like you've been able to use a Kente for a lot of things. Something like this, slippers for ladies. This one here, like for men. Something like this is just a necklace. They're made of a Kente cloth.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a necklace. So like this part here is the bracelet. Here, this part here is the necklace, and like here is the earring. So it's a Kente necklace.
Wow.
Very nice, So like being able to use a Kente for so many
So many purposes.
Exactly.
Wow.
So many products.
Well, Kobe, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to going to your shop in a few minutes to see what kind of good things you have. What's your name, bro?
My name is JK.
JK.
I'm from Bonwire Kente. Yes, Kente.
So are you telling me you're an Ashanti man?
Yeah, I'm an Asante man.
Are you a real Ashanti man?
We're an Asante man.
Is he an Ashanti man?
Yeah.
Kobe, is he an Ashanti man?
Asante man. I think I'm Asante man.
How long have you had your shop?
Like, I think for about 30 years.
About 30 years? You don't even look that old, man.
Yeah, like we were kids at that time. So,
Really?
like the shop was run by our father. So, like when he left, like we have to take over.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a family tradition.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is a beautiful single weave piece with a dinkra.
See the elephant?
Yes, the elephant is
See, go
amazing.
back to your roots.
Yes, Sankofa.
Sample for everything. See, the African, the North.
Did you create this piece?
Yeah, for myself. Yeah, I created it for myself.
So this is your special masterpiece.
This year.
This is beautiful.